a lot of people want to know, what were you doing before real estate? How do you even stumble upon it? You know, you might have said it multiple different places, but my group might not know about it now. So if you could start, let us know what began before you are today.
Before getting into real estate, dude, I was one of those guys that, every Sunday there would be that level of anxiety that comes up because you got work on Monday, right? And going to work on Monday, man, it's like the same thing where you're going to work. I remember clearly, like Monday morning, being in the conference room with my boss, with my coworkers, and sitting in this big, nice chair, big wooden table, and this thought of like, man, there has to be more to life. And that thought would just, it would always come, dude. And right after that, the thought of like, what about your insurance, health insurance, right? Like, what about your wife and kid? Like all of these things that would just cripple me and make me feel so trapped, dude. And for years upon years of wanting to leave my 9-to-5 job, I just stayed, because I've been crippled by fear in my 9-to-5, which was I used to be a cybersecurity engineer for a law firm on Wall Street. So I had a pretty good 6-figure paying job, right? And man, it wasn't until COVID where I finally made a leap, dude. And so I started to study real estate. I started studying real estate in 2020, January of 2020. I started studying real estate, and going on, like COVID happened. The world was shut down in March. And that's when I started to kind of really grind, because like the people who I paid, and I was one of those guys that I paid the $30+ thousand for mentorship. And that company had shut down, and it was some coaches from that company that started to really pour into us and got me really going. But another thing that I realized on that journey was I was actually a terrible employee, because now I'm really trying to get this real estate going. I have this 9-to-5 job, but I wasn't performing very well. I didn't know what I didn't know, because my parents weren't business owners. They weren't business owners. And so here goes this new thing that I'm doing. And so I hired a high performance coach right before I left my job. And after hiring that coach and learning like the habits that I needed to have, getting the clarity as to where I needed to go, and just doing the things that was important, having the influence, the courage. My boss, before leaving my system security job, he actually wanted to give me a raise because it had heightened my productivity so much. He was like, man, what the hell happened? Right. And so I just started to knock things out of the park. And when COVID happened, they were giving out this severance package. I knew that if I had applied the skills and the ability to do and apply myself, that I could have been successful. And so I took that 6-month severance package without doing one deal.
Okay.
Never done a deal.
Okay.
But went out and started wholesaling like in July. And from July to December, I was able to do over 1.5 times my job.
Nice.
In 6 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Right away. Built a quick team and we went out and we started creating chaos, man. And from there, and at the end, December 2020, I wanted to do more creative deals. And so I had joined another mentorship, shout out to Pace, because I started to, I was having these opportunities because I wanted cash flow, but I wasn't able to close sellers. And so I learned how to close creative deals, joining Pace's mentorship. And so in January 2021 to the end of January 2021, I mean, my wife and I, other than wholesale deals, we got from 1 to like 20 something doors, bro, all nice. Creative, all like using other people's money, no money out of our pocket. So that was like amazing. And then 2022, got into multifamily, man, and yes, started buying properties in multifamily. And so now we started selling some of our single family properties. And so now we own over $6 million in real estate in just 2 years, dude, less than 2 years. So it's been a journey for us, man.